Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. This is Deep Cuts Reactions and my name's Greg, and I thought I might listen to something pretty mellow. I have been in such a state for the past few days. I tend to overdose on news and all that crap, and it's getting close to election time, and uh, I realize this video is going to be up for a long time, so what I'm talking about is not going to mean much, in a couple of months, but we we've had two hurricanes recently, but we had one that, uh, hit Florida and then went up through Georgia and North Carolina and stuff like that. And just the flooding was incredible, just incredible. And so now everybody's in a horrible state. Nobody's got insurance for floods in that area of the country. It's really mountainous and old mountains, the Appalachians. But it's these little towns and all these houses have just been destroyed. It's just horrible, and that would be bad enough. But now we've got politicians, including Trump, who are out there saying the federal government is just leaving you to die, basically, and they're not going to do anything for you. They're not even down there yet, and you can only get $750 from the government, and that's going to be it. That's all, because they don't care about you because you're a bunch of Republicans. And I mean, even one of the idiot politicians from Georgia was trying to say that, yeah, that hurricane was directed, because yes, of course, they can control the weather. I don't know if she's talking about Democrats or Jews or what, but yeah, they can control the weather, and they made sure that hurricane came up through all the Republican areas. She plotted out on a map, all the Republican districts, and it went right through the middle of them. So it's obviously some plot, by the federal government or whomever, and it's just insane. And somebody even went so far as to tell people, people who are out there with nothing, I mean, their homes have been destroyed. They've got nothing. There's no water. They can't even get water restored in these mountain towns. And they're telling people that the federal government is going to come in and they're going to bulldoze all the bodies into a big trench, and they're going to come into that town and destroy it and build a lithium mine, which is all just completely ludicrous. But people hear this shit and they believe it, and so they're not going to ask for help, which they desperately need. I mean, it's just cruel to tell people that, and what, just to gain political advantage. I just think it's so warped. So anyway, like I say, I wanted to listen to something mellow, and if you don't know what you want to listen to, but you want something mellow, James Taylor is bound to be the one to listen to. So this is from his album Sweet Baby James, which was real popular. It was a big album. Although I was reading some of the reviews that came out at the time, and they just burned it. It's like, God, I don't get that at all. But anyway, so this is one of the songs that nobody ever hears. It's called "Oh Susannah." Just the typical Americana song. It's been one of the songs in the United States for forever. It's traditional songs, but he does a nice little job on it. And like I say, this is one of the more obscure songs on the album, so I'm going to go ahead and play it. James Taylor.
Well, I come from Alabama with my banjo on my knee, and I'm bound for Louisiana, my own true love for to see. It did rain all night the day I left, the weather was bone dry. The sun was so hot I froze myself. Suzanne, don't you go on and cry. I said, oh, Susannah, now don't you cry for me, as I come from Alabama with this banjo on my knee. Well, I had myself a dream the other night when everything was still. I dreamed that I saw my girl Suzanne. She was coming around the hill. Now the buckwheat cake was in her mouth, the tear was in her eye. I said that I come from Dixieland. Suzanne, don't you break down and cry. I said, oh, Susannah, now don't you cry for me, 'cause I come from Alabama with my banjo on my knee.
Wow, such a simple little song. I like his stylings on that where, it almost veered into jazz a little bit, but it was, like I say, just him and his guitar for the most part. I mean, at the very beginning, they've got the other guitar and the same at the end, but in the middle, it's just him and his guitar singing, and you can't lose. I mean, his voice is so great, and the way he plays guitar is I don't know, it's unique in a lot of ways. I mean, nobody sounds like James Taylor. It's really strange. It's not that he's doing something all that complex usually, but just the sound is really nice. I don't know. Like I say, it's a it's a nice album to mellow out with. So anyway, I'll be back in a minute and maybe play something else from that album. I don't know. We'll see. So hit like, subscribe, and we'll see y'all then. Bye bye.